like something you get some money to. This sound like something you fuck a honey to. I'm in the whip doing 102. On my lap I got the 22. I'm in the whip doing 102. On my lap I got the 22.
Shout out to everybody jumping on. I'm seeing the fire emojis popping up. Yes, that's what it sounds like, you heard? So without further ado, I'm gonna do this introduction. This brother right here, right? The beautiful part about this brother is I've seen with my own eyes the groundwork. Like when we hear started from the bottom, right? It's a phrase that people usually use, right? It's a phrase that we use just to say, yo, I'm on my grind. But I've been in conversations when this brother not only started from the bottom, he came from the bottom. And then he had to start again from the bottom. And all I seen was progression to not only just the progression in his music, but building the brand. And he did it, I don't even want to say with a brick tied behind his back. And the reason why I'm using this phrase, because the struggle continued. And what I mean from life after incarceration is not easy. But being stripped and placed in somewhere that you haven't been in a long time and you got to start from the land again, many people will quit. So I watched this brother put in the work, build a name for himself, his brand, and keep the artistry going. And without further ado, let me introduce to the world of SHU Radio. This is my brother, Jakal, man.
Salute, my bro.
What's
Thanks
going on,
me,
my
man.
brother?
Yo, that's a hell of an intro, man. You know what I mean? That's a hell of an intro, man. Salute.
You know? It's true indeed, man. I remember.
You want to know something? Not to interrupt you. You know, as you said that, like, I mean, we've been talking from the very beginning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, our first conversation, I was in prison. I was in INS waiting to get deported.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when you was like, yo, from the beginning, it's like, it just flashed to me like, yo. So I got to definitely congratulate you as well, man, because I've seen your journey, bro. You know what I mean? And it's definitely been because when I met you as an artist.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
And now you know, now you done transitioned to an A&R. You got all these label positions. You got the podcast. You doing a lot of things, man. Like you know, your hands is in a lot of different decks, so to speak. You know what I mean? And it's a great look, man. So, you know, I just wanted to toss that out there before we even get started and that get, you know, forgotten or it slips my mind.
I appreciate that.
For sure.
So for the people that's on right now, shout out to everybody that's jumping on. Salute to all the love. Jakal. Yeah. Who is Jakal? Like, I want to set it off with that. Like, from your perspective, who is Jakal?
Jakal, first and foremost, man, you know, a man of the Most High God, that come first, you know what I mean? And then musically, Jamaican assassin killing all lanes, man, you know? And musically, you feel me? Musically. You know, my journey is a real cliffhanger, so to speak, you know what I mean? I was born in Jamaica, you know, Montego Bay, Jamaica. Shout out to the Jamaica, man, 876. You know, we got that single out there right now. Y'all tap in with that. You feel me? But I was born in Jamaica, Montego Bay. I had a great situation. I won't lie, it didn't start out rough. You know what I mean? My mom was a school teacher / college professor at one point, you know. Okay. My pops was big homie in the streets. You know how that go out here. You know, so they always say good girls like bad boys, you know what I mean? It was a common story of that. I'm the youngest. They both had kids before me. I'm their last child, okay. You know. Miracle baby, you know, born premature, popped out on New Year's Eve, December 31st, you know. Fast forward, I want to say about 7 or 8 years later, my parents split apart, you know. Word on the streets is my pops is trying to kill my mom. You know, her house got burned down, her car blew up. So wow. He had got deported from America and he expressed to her that he was never going back there. So that's where she went. You know what I mean? And she came over. She went over there. The first 3 years I was about, she left me with her secretary because I said she was in a great position. You know what I'm saying? So she left me with her
Yeah.
secretary, and I lived with her. Started school in a different part of Jamaica, new people. You know, my pops found me a couple months ago, brought me with him. She flew in, took me from there, brought me to another part of Jamaica around my sisters. You know what I mean? And then maybe about close to a year, he found me again,
Okay.
brought me back to where he was at. She flew back to Jamaica, and this time she was like, "Yo, I would always travel. All this time I would travel on holidays, so I'd be in New York on the holidays. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That time she was living in Brooklyn in Crown Heights. So the last time I went over there, you know, she was like, "Yo, you're not going back." You know what I mean? And I ended up living in Brooklyn in Nostrand on Nostrand Avenue at the corner of Bergen, 619 Nostrand Avenue. And I started junior high school, Maggie Walker, IS 390. You know what I mean? Um, Back then, man, you know, shit was real. They making fun of the accent, you know, so we fighting every day.
Scrapping.
It was
Yeah, yeah.
it was razor blade days, you know, so a lot of cuttings and stuff. Niggas trying to take your sneakers for walking through Prospect Park, trying to get to school, you know. So we learned real quick how to be aggressive, so to speak, you know, because I ended up getting kicked out of 390 for a little cutting incident. My mom's moved me to a school in Manhattan called Wagner Junior
Yeah.
High School, and I actually graduated junior high school from there. Um, Went to Aviation High School in Queens, you know, but my mom's was a babysitter, bro, so she was working in different places. So we ended up moving to Yonkers. So that's where I came of age. When people ask me like, "Yo, where you was from in New York?" I always say Yonkers. I never really bring up Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Because I came of age in
And
Yonkers, even
Yonkers.
though my first experience in New York, the very first time, and all my first time visiting was in Brooklyn. So even like fast forward being in prison, niggas always identify with me like, "Yo, you a Brooklyn nigga, dog. I don't give a fuck. You from Yonkers, you move like a Brooklyn nigga," or you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's always that. I did 3 bids, a total of 10 years, you know what I'm saying? But not straight. So I did a bullet when I was like 17, going to 18. Then I came out 18. About 60 days, 90 days later, you know, I ended up shooting a nigga, and I went up north for that. You know, I did like 3.5 for that. Came home, and I was on parole, maxed out from Clinton Max. Just young,
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah.
Went up north, adolescent, being in green, getting, green shoe, SHU. Ended up doing 18 months in upstate box. Left there, went to Clinton Max, and then maxed out from Clinton and went back home. You know, they had banned me from Yonkers, so I couldn't go back to Yonkers. So I ended up living in the Bronx. You know what I mean? And I was on parole. They had me on 5 years post supervision category 1.
One.
If you
Yeah.
know what that is, they at the house anytime they want.
Straight up.
They popping up 3-4 hours. So I had a 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. curfew,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's
So
it.
yeah, so that's how that went. I didn't last long. I went on the run. You know what I mean? Ended up in Massachusetts. Caught a trafficking charge out there. Ended up getting a 6 to 12. And at the end of that, I got deported. You know what I mean? And they sent me out. Back to Jamaica. So
Jamaica.
yeah, Kingston, Jamaica, started the journey. Restarted my journey here as a full-blown adult. Just figuring it out, getting it together. And being determined to do rap, because this Jamaica,
That you,
man, this is dancehall reggae place,
yeah.
So
When
yeah.
when was the musical bone or the music creativity in you? When did that spark?
All right.
It didn't spark when you got to Jamaica.
Nah. All right. That spark really and truly in the streets of Yonkers, right?
Okay.
Shout out to Poobs from D Block. Shout out to the whole D Block, Rough Riders, Kiss, Styles, Chic. But Poobs is from my block in Yonkers, which is Jackson Street, Jackson and Stanley. He's from Stanley, I'm from Jackson. Those two streets intersect. It's one hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he calls himself Mr. Stanley Jackson. It's you know what I mean?
Okay.
So just from being in the streets on the block, doing what you do, you know, the cypher's always going. At the time, D Block had just signed J Hood, you know.
I remember that.
Yeah, so they like, yo, nigga, you got bars, stop playing. But I was so caught up in the streets and so blinded by the petty cash that I was making in the streets on a day-to-day basis, I couldn't see music, you know, for as a career, like, cause you know the ego, the arrogance. I'm feeling like, man, I'm outside, man. You know what I mean? So going up north though, when I did the 3-year bid, I met rapping. I was always rapping. Niggas always was like, yo, you nice. But I didn't believe it and got that real confidence. The first step to that real confidence was I told you that I ended up in upstate box for 18 months.
Yeah.
You know, that's 23.5 hour lock-in. You
Yes,
know what
sir.
I mean? You go in the rec pen for half hour, the showers in the cell, the
Everything.
You know how that is.
Yeah, back of the cell's your wreck.
Right. You know, so I met H Moneybags up there. He had pulled through the building, and he was signed to Rockefeller. You know, he had got locked up. They had caught him. I think they had caught him with a tech or a Mac or something like that, and he was doing a 5 to 10 or 10 to 20, one of those. And he ended up in the box as well. So when he came in, you already know I'm up there rapping, you know, so niggas got me as the rapper. So he comes in, niggas like, yo, H Moneybags is on the tier, man. What up, man? Yo, Jakal, what you doing? You know, and we started going back and forth along with other niggas that's on the tier. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
You know, but we was the two that, you know,
The Titans.
the main event, so to speak. You know what I mean? And at the end of it, he was like, yo, throw your line out. You know, I threw my line out. Get down there, tie his line on. He like, yo, how to pull a line? Pull a line in. It was a letter like, yo, bro, you nice. Like, yo, you really nice. Here's my info. This is my mother's info, my wife's info, my info. He gave me like the personal shit. You know, once a nigga do that, it's real.
It's real.
Yeah, you know, it was a tea bag of weed and a tea bag of tobacco because he was coming from population, so he, you know, he had
he had.
And he just set me out off rip, bro, and I was like, all right, it's real, because I remember listening to him on the radio going at my niggas, kissing them, you know what I'm saying? I remember that, them up at Hot 97 going off, you know? So I remember him getting caught up, the Cody's, I remember all that.
Yeah.
So that meant something to me. Then,
I want to stop you real quick. Don't lose that thought. He said something real subtle, and I'm talking to the viewers out there on Apple TV and the Apple. He said, I threw my line out. Now in SHU, when you're in solitary confinement, you locked in. You can't get out. The line is when you go
this much space under the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you throw your line, and what it means is he could be like 20 feet. Cells 20 feet down.
I was on another tier. I threw my line, somebody caught the line
and they fish it. Yes. And they fish it. And that's how you communicate. That's how you can send stuff, send messages, or whatever the case may be. So when you said it so quick, I wanted the people to know how intensified that situation is.
Natural and regular to us. It's like a lot of people don't, but you're absolutely right.
Yes, so, fishing. They said fishing. So continue. Continue that.
Yeah, so you know, we was up, like I said, I was doing 18 months up there, you know, so months passed, we really, as much of a relationship as you could develop from a cage, yelling half hour through the cage and throwing lines back and forth. And then we used to see each other on the visit every Saturday. I used to shout out to my girl at the time, Shakira, man. She never missed a visit. Even when, you know, you up there, you handcuffed on the visit like this same way still. Your visitors got to feed you through the little cage and all that. You know what I mean? So I used to see H on the visit same way. And because he used to get a lot of visits as well. You know, that should keep your sanity.
Yes, it does.
That's the only time coming out the cell is just on the visits. Some people don't get no visits. A lot of niggas go crazy. You hear people talking to them. It should be crazy, man, you know? So, but fast forward, I don't remember. I think I left first or he left first. No, he left first and went to Clinton. Usually when you leave upstate box, you go right to Clinton because it's in the Dannemora hub.
Yeah.
Malone, New York.
Yep.
Bear Hill. You got Bear Hill. You
Oh.
got Upstate Box. You got
Altona.
Yeah, I think that's the minimum up there.
Yeah,
Altona.
Altona. Yeah, that's that
And
hub.
you got Dannemora is the closest max there.
Yep.
So usually niggas that leave Upstate Box, you gonna run into them in Clinton, whether it's on a good note or a bad note. You know how that goes. Or Elmira. A lot of people end up in Elmira too. So H went to Clinton Max, and a few months later I ended up there. As soon as I ended up there again, care package. Commissary bag full of pots, frying pans, tobacco, everything I needed. Meet me at the yard. You know, you in the yard for 8 hours.
Yep.
So now we really getting to connect in person. You know what I'm saying? Shine is there as well. Shout out to Shine. He's running for Prime Minister in Belize right now. Crazy how life works. Shine is there as well, but he's in APPU. So we can't mingle with him, but we can see him.
Yeah.
On the passing. If we in the yard, they might be going to the mess hall or going to the gym or something. So before I got there, Shine is communicating with H. They communicating, you know what I'm saying? So when I got there, H is like, yo, the homie Jakal was here. This the nigga I was telling you about. So we rapping like fucking a half a mile away, bro, through the gate. Like, you know.
That's exercising your performance skills.
Really nice. Yeah, and your voice got to be strong. And you got to remember, bro, you entertaining 2,500, 2,000 murderers. These niggas ain't coming home. So,
so you got to be tight.
Quiet, like, niggas, you can hear a pin drop. Like, you already know what it is, you know? So, I just kept the connects and I just kept meeting niggas and it kept just building my confidence. Like, yo, when I get out, I really got to really deal with rap. So when I went home in 2006, I did. And that's when I linked up with Poobs. He been waiting for me. Like, you know, I wasn't supposed to be in Yonkers. I'm sneaking into Yonkers to the D-Block studio, recording my very first experience in the studio. I'm real proud to say was in the D-Block studio. Poobs took the session and Kiss just left the studio. Like, his sweat was still in the headphones. That shit means something to me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I hold myself, even though I've never been a part of D-Block, I've never been signed to them, nothing. I just hold myself to that tier. So my shit gonna always be of a certain quality, cause that's my pedigree, bro. That's who I see doing it, and that's who I emulated. That's who inspired me and still inspire me now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's literally, and you know, so fast forward. 2006, I'm linking up with all the prison links. I'm linking up with all the niggas. I come home now, everybody knows somebody. I'm recording, I'm getting some stuff out there, being on a few mixtapes. I link up with Chaz from Black Hand. You know, yeah, you know, Graf was signed to him. And I forget another artist, man. Damn, Prince. You know, he had an artist named Prince. I went out there to Queens, linked up with them. So I was kind of, you know, doing
you was in that circle.
Work.
You was mingling. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, that parole started getting on my nerves. I had to be in the house by 9. You know, it's throwing me off. Then I started just missing some days. Parole officer like, yo,
where you at?
You know,
I'm out front.
Yeah, so
show your face.
I ended up going on the run. So my parole officer called me and was like, yo, hey, Mr. Johnson, my supervisor wants to see you. Could you come in? I was like, yeah, I'll be there. When you want me to come? He said, right now will be good. I said, all right, I'll be there. Hung up with him, called my mom's. Mom, I'm on the run. They want to lock me up. She's like, oh, man, I'm going to pray for you. You know, I go to the house, pack a bag. I call my girl. I'm like, yo, I'm on go. And I jumped on a train. No, I went to Yonkers first. Kicked it with the homies. Then one of my dogs was like, yo, we got a spot booming out in Mass, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can lay low out there and get some bread. Me, jump on the train, Metro North, Amtrak, end up in Mass, start getting the bag. Got to it, it was good till it went bad, you know?
Yeah.
Ended up, they ran in, caught me with like 120 bands on me, cash. They found some work in the walls. They found like 600 grams of white in the walls, soft. You know, the dog caught me. I was out the window, but the dog caught me. This out there, it's Commonwealth. You know how that go. I ended up fighting, copping out to a 6-12, but I had to sign the money over. That was their main thing. They wanted the money.
So you had to
You know what
sign
I
the
mean?
money over
Yeah, I
for
signed the
the
money over to the Commonwealth in order to get the six to
the six
twelve.
to
You know,
12.
yeah, without telling or compromising my integrity in any way. So I gave the money up. You know what I mean? So that all was '06. So '12, I got. They said nothing about deportation, but maybe around like '09, '10. If you're doing a bid and you got sentenced and you get legal visit, it's trouble.
Yep.
So as soon as that sell legal visit,
You be like,
what?
hold on, legal visit now.
Trouble. My heart fell right to the floor because that's a new charge. Automatic. That's not good.
Yeah, it's not
We
good.
already sentenced. They ain't no overturning nothing or nothing. Nigga, I'm waiting to get extradited back to New York because I went on the run while I was on parole. So I knew New York was gonna come for me. That's already understood. So
Yeah.
so ain't no need to hear nothing. So I'm nervous as fuck. I go down there. They like, yo, INS. Yeah, so you're not a citizen. You've been here all this time escaping. This isn't New York. I'm like, I'm trying to pull a little New York finagle the
Yeah,
bagel.
yeah.
Yeah, of course Jamaica's gonna pop up. I went to high school in Jamaica, Queens. I was born in Jamaica Hospital. Stop it. Come on, man. Just stop it.
They like, nope.
They like, nah, listen, their last entry was such and such at JFK. Your birth was in Jamaica, Montego Bay, Cornwall. They grant, so they giving me the option. What do you want to do? You want to fight this, or you want to just get deported? What are we doing? I'm like, all right, listen, give me whatever paper to sign. I don't even want to go to court, see a judge. Just shoot me out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
They like, nah, you can't do that. You got to do a judge. Nobody has ever said that they don't want to fight it, blah, blah, blah. You got family here. Everybody wants to fight. You got to fight. You have to see a judge. I'm like, damn, y'all making me. All right, cool. Ended up,
Commonwealth is something different.
the Commonwealth is crazy. So mind you, remember, I get a 6-12. So I'm up for parole now, 2012. Well, 2011, but for 2012,
Yeah.
I go see the board. I'm like, yo, listen. They're like, why should we give you parole? You've been getting in trouble your whole time out here. You're not even from here. I said, listen, you paroling me doesn't mean freedom for me. I have two holds on me. Parole hold in New York, which they're saying they want 1 year minimum because category 1, and also immigration. So even if parole don't hold me, immigration's still gonna hold me. They're like, all right, cool. They parole me to New York. To parole. So New York come for me, extradite me. They extradite me to New York. Now I'm on the island. All right, I'm on the island. The island is crowded. This is 2011. My birthday, I turned New Year's Eve, 2012, on the island.
On the island.
Cool. Go see parole, New York parole. They're like, yo, listen, you're category 1. I'm trying to tell them the same thing that I tell Massachusetts. I'm not going to the streets. Just parole me to immigration. They're like, listen, you're category 1. You have to go back up north. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. They're like, but listen, the state is overcrowded. The state is overcrowded. So we're going to send you to Willard, which we're not supposed to do.
Oh,
because
wow.
you're not a drug offender.
Not drug, yes.
But because the state is overcrowded and your record reflects that you might get in trouble and still go into the state, even if we send you to Willard, if you take Willard, because niggas don't want that 90-day
that
Willard.
90-day Willard.
It's rough. I'm like, all right, cool. I could do this. You niggas can't break me. Sign for Willard. Go to Willard. I'm up there going crazy because I know I don't have to graduate. I just can't get kicked out of this program. Immigration coming for me.
Yeah.
So I'm up at Willard. They shaving my head. I'm running around. They're like, yo, you're not following the rules. They got me running around with the mattress on my back, standing outside, making an example out of me. Till the lady's like, you know what? I'm going to make you platoon leader because you got too much influence. So now I end up being platoon leader. I'm running the platoon. Immigration come and get me. Immigration come and get me and bring me to the boat. They got me on the boat. They're like, yo, I ran into H Moneybags on the boat. He catch a charge. You know what I'm saying? I ran into him on the boat. So they're like, yo, what do you want to do? I'm like, listen, I wrote and published a book while I was locked up called "I Too Can Be Productive If Given the Chance." You know what I'm saying? It's on Amazon right now. It's in Barnes and Noble and all that. But it's really me showing like I changed.
Yes.
I developed music. I love music. I ended up writing, but because I couldn't express myself musically, I just wrote a book. And because I was able to write so in so many different directions, I just did half the book is poetry to express that side of me, and then the other half is like four different short stories,
Okay.
ghetto shit, love shit, urban stuff, suburban stuff. So just to show like my writing capabilities, you know what
Yes.
I mean? So I'm explaining that to the Jamaican consulate at immigration. So he's like, "Oh, you actually have something. I see why you don't want to fight now." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo, listen, I'm gonna let you go, give you your travel documents, put you on the next flight out, and I'm gonna watch you, and I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna see if you, I'm gonna see if, because we have no young writers in our country, we have no young authors. Everybody want to be a musician, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna give you that chance. You have a chance. You seem pretty intelligent. Boom. Book, put me on the next flight, send me to, they take me off the boat now and bring me to New
New
Jersey.
Jersey.
They sending me from different ice places, New Jersey, but put me on the flight, Miami.
Have you?
I'm there 3 weeks. Put me on the flight, Louisiana. I'm there for, so I'm supposed to be in Jamaica from like 90 days from January, February, March. I don't make it to Jamaica until July
Sorry.
26th,
Wow.
summer 2012.
Hold that thought right there. The feed
Yeah.
was asking, and shout out to Music Masters. They was like, could you explain Willard? And Willard is a 90-day program where
Yeah,
if
it's
it's like boot
designed
camp.
for drug offenders,
Yes.
non-violent offenders, and it's basically ran by ex-U.S. Marine, Navy SEALs, people who went to Iraq, all the soldiers that went to Iraq and they're kind of shell-shocked. They don't got nothing to do with them. They can't really have them around regular people. Most of them end up being either COs or they work at Willard, and there's another one called Shock.
Shock. Yeah,
Shock
yeah,
is
shock.
a
Shock is
Shock
really
is a 18-month or 6 month.
yeah.
Willard is more intense. They pack that whole 18 months in 90 days. So the first thing they do when you get there, shave your face, shave your head. Um, every morning you got to shave your face and shave your head. That's just a part of their program. So you don't have no identity. You don't have the time to think about getting dressed.
Yeah.
You wear the same clothes, same shirt, same pants. You get 15 minutes to shower. No, 5 minutes to shower. You get 15 minutes to wash your clothes. Everything is it's literally a military program because it's all army niggas that's running this
Yep.
shit, you know. And they try to break you. They have you outside running with a tree on your shoulder, and they got something there called Peter pays for Paul. So your bunkie, if they wake up late and the punishment for waking up late is no breakfast today, you ain't getting no
You ain't
breakfast
getting
because
none.
of him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that.
They
And then
want
they
you to hold
expand it.
accountability for
Yeah,
community. Yes.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what really got me in line, because I know I'm getting deported, I could do anything. But what really got me in line and what when they made me the platoon leader is that my actions now affected the entire platoon. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm like, yo, fuck that, I ain't shaving today. Fuck, I don't even, my face don't even grow here at the time. Y'all got me with this fucking razor on my face, cutting me up. I'm not doing that. Okay, you don't feel like shaving? You feel like you're bigger than the platoon? Johnson, you don't have to shave. I forget the name of the platoon. Running wolves. The entire platoon. Submit your jackets, your sweaters, take your socks off.
Damn.
Everybody put on gym clothes and go outside. It's snowing outside. It's 40 something niggas in the platoon. The white boys don't care because they're used to that. They want that. You know what I'm saying? But black, Spanish,
They
Mexican,
looking at
everybody,
you like, bro,
damn, what are you
family.
doing? You know what I'm saying? And they can't do nothing to me because they want to go home. You know, they trying to make that 90 days. So I'm like, oh man. So then I buttoned up, tightened up. We ended up winning. My platoon ended up being like the head platoon until immigration came and got me. You know what I'm saying? So, and to be honest with you, I heard 50 Cent say it in an interview because he did Shot.
Yeah, he did shot.
And he said the program worked because I never been back to jail. You know what I'm saying? And when he said that, I was like, oh shit, like Willard worked. I never been back arrested, even though I wasn't in America. I'm not in America, but I never been back to jail. Like my whole thing, even now, like, you know, chicks that get close to me, they be like, yo, you should have been in the army. Like to how, and they don't even understand
Damn.
where all that shit come from because like I basically went through that basic training for the army. That's what they do with Willard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they button you up for real. Like they got
And
some
they
shit
tighten
called
it
high and
down
tight.
in the time frame.
90 days. You
90
know what I'm saying? Like,
days.
yeah, bro. Like I got to the point, bro, where I was like the war veterans was like challenging me, like, oh, you think you could out pull up me? You think you never been to war? You never been to Iraq? Or you were never in what's this shit? Desert Storm. You were never. So they challenging me, like they trying to break me because they feel like I'm doing this shit too easy. But most of the people in there that take Willard, they had got locked up fresh off the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming off of 6 years, so I'm
You like, man,
prison
I
condition.
could bid
So,
this.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was, you know, so they was trying to break me the whole way, bro. They was trying to break me the whole way. Word. And then fast forward now, July 26th, the blessed day, they put me on that plane, sent me to Jamaica. You know, that's a whole different journey all in itself.
How was this release different than all the other release? Because I speak. I only been released once. But
Yeah.
everybody that I know that did multiple bills, when they never went back, they always say, "Yo, that last release, I felt this or this
All right.
happened." What was different with this release?
This release was my third release because remember I did 3 days. The first one came out 18. A year wasn't enough. I'm gonna be honest with you. All that shit did was give me some more stripes because I'm young. I did that year on the minor block. I was given which is the adolescent block.
Okay.
I got in so much trouble that I turned 18 in the box. So I went home from population. I went home like January 6th. I went home from the box because they was like, we're not even gonna put you on an adult block because you're going home in a couple of days. So they just kept me in the box.
Yeah.
Sent me home.
Less
from the
paperwork.
box. That's how crazy I was running around in there. You know what I'm saying? So I came home, literally, I was singing my version of Pac shit. When I get free, motherfuckers better watch their ass. I was literally, now that I'm free, motherfuckers gotta watch their ass. And it was that. I got locked back up for shooting a nigga 90 days, 60 days later. You know what I'm saying? On an attempt. You know, coming home after that in 06 now, I'm like, I'm gonna do music because again, I got that confidence to do it. Even though I never did it, never been in the studio, but I got so many links, I got so much high-ranking niggas in the music fraternity that's like, yo, you really nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I came home, I'm like, yo, I'm doing music, I link up with Poobs, he's giving me beats. Another producer that was giving me a lot of beats was Black Son, which is another D-Block producer. You know, I knew him before he started producing. He's a bit younger than me, but he was always in the streets selling Purple Haze back then. You know, that's Black Goff's little nephew. Black Goff's is Styles' big homie. Styles always rapping about Black Goff, you know what I'm saying? So Black Son is Black Goff's little nephew. Black Goff will be like my big bro, you know what I mean? So that lineage and all that support. But when I came home, I tried. I could honestly say I tried, bro, but you could say you ain't tried hard enough. I gave myself excuse because I wasn't really making no money. I had the 9 o'clock curfew, and it was just getting frustrating. Like I remember, like the last straw for me was I went to a restaurant in Manhattan with my girl at the time, and I ordered a shot of Cavassier because that's what I was drinking, and they was like, yeah, your ID, and I gave the only ID I had was the prison ID, just released, and I gave the girl the ID, and she's like, okay, no problem. and another waiter came over, the hood waiter came over. And I'm saying, nigga from the Bronx, like, yo, bro, what's going on? Da, 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 da. And in my mind, I was like, yo, I need to change this fucking ID. You know what I'm saying? The next day, I went to DMV with some fake documents because, again, I don't got no real Social Security and none of that. So I went there with a fake Social Security card, fake info, got locked up in there. So that's what started my trouble. So when they called my parole officer, they was like, "Yo, he was trying to get an ID," and so they had me in Bronx. What's the name of that? Bronx Supreme Bronx Court.
Okay.
So by the time I made it upstairs, because you know you got to go levels and shit. By the time I made it upstairs, my parole officer was there, and he was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna violate you. I understand. I understand the situation." But he didn't know at the time that I was using fake documents to try and get an ID.
He just thought you was
Because
just trying to get an ID.
yeah, so I was just like, yo, I'm just trying to get an ID everywhere I go and show this prison ID. It's like all doors is closed on me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, release him in my custody. So that's how I got released. But it was like after 6 in the night, and he was like, yo, go home. And the next morning is when he called me like, yo, my supervisor wants to see you. Could you come in right
That's
now?
when you was like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm boogieing.
I'm out because I already knew what
You
it
know
was
what it
about.
was.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you know what it
saying?
was.
So that's what happened with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I come back to Jamaica now, July 26th, summer 2012, man, and it's a new world to me because I wasn't here since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I got brothers and sisters here. I've said it in the past, like I ain't have nobody, and that shit offended my family. But really and truly, I have family here. I just didn't know them because I was away from them for so long. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't reach out to none of them. So you know,
Yeah.
I had like $800 and something on my books that ended up getting cashed out when I came. So I had that in my pockets. So I ended up renting a place to live that night. You know, by the time
So just to give perspective to this transformation or transition, when you land to Jamaica, there's no aid for you. There's no one assisting you with anything. Like, I want to really give face to that.
When I came off the plane, they released me into. I didn't just go to free. They released me because I came on Con Air because they had me as you know, they made me look like I'm a fucking terrorist, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they sent me down on Con Air along with some other people who fit that category as well. All those people though, they left Jamaica when they were adults. Some of them was running from crimes. So what they did was they sent they released me to the soldiers, like the JDF, the Jamaica Defense Force. So they came with a bus and picked us up. Probably about 20 of us, you know, or maybe more, about 30 of us, you know what I'm saying, that got deported that day and came down on Con Air. It was 80 of us that left the facility in Louisiana though. But some people were for Honduras, some was for Haiti,
Okay,
and
they
some
was breaking
for
it up.
Mexico. Yeah, some was for Mexico, but it was like 40 of us that was for Jamaica. You know what I mean? So the U.S. Marshals is who bring us. So you know we got still handcuffed, shackled on the flight. You know, so when we get here, U.S. Marshals they take their shackles, and now we free, but well, not handcuffs, but they put us on a bus now and bring us to like a what we call it, like a soldier base.
Okay.
Like a camp, like camp.
Yeah.
The head camp that's in Kingston. You know what I'm saying? And now they taking pictures of all my tattoos. They running my fingerprints to see if I got any warrants in Jamaica. They trying to find out who's gonna pick me up because everybody got somebody to pick them up. There's somebody's receiving them. You know what I'm saying? Like a family member, a girlfriend, a brother, or you know who to call. I don't got none of that. You know, like I said, I got brothers and sisters, but we ain't in communication.
Yeah.
So I don't got their number. So you know, after they take pictures of all my tattoos, because now they put me in the Jamaica database. You know, like I never committed a crime here, but now I'm in the criminal system here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They fingerprinting, updating their system with my profile now. So I land in Jamaica maybe 10 a.m., you know what I'm saying, 11 a.m. And I'm at the camp. It's lunch break, their lunch break now. Everybody got received. somebody coming to pick them up. I'm the last one there. Boom. They like, yo, who you gonna call? I'm like, I don't got nobody. Only person I got is my mom. She's in New York. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, all right, let's call her. Crazy. They call my mom's. My mom's is like, yo, I don't know him. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
She don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but fast forward to now, she has full-blown dementia. So I'm wondering if at the time she was glitching, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, yo, what we gonna do with you? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna rent somewhere to stay out killing the time. It's like 2 o'clock now, 2 p.m. They go on their lunch break. I'm like, yo, can I use the bathroom? I get up. Pardon me, run to use the bathroom, and I realized like, oh, it's just wide open. You know what I'm saying? It's wide open.
Oh, man, see, it's wide open.
Now, on the way coming in, some of the niggas that they already been deported once or twice, they like, yo, oh, the whores is here. They selling pussies. They here on every Thursday because Carnier comes back to Jamaica on, I think, the last Thursday of every month. Now, the girls stand up outside of the cab selling pussy because they know niggas just came home. They want that nut. I look down there and lo and behold, a couple of them are still there. They waiting to see if nobody else is coming out. As soon as I pop my head out, one of them is like, yo, Bibbs, where are they? What up, bro? Like, yo, what you doing? You ready to nut? What you doing? I'm like, give me a second. Go inside. These soldiers is still on lunch break. I got a garbage bag with rhymes and books because I wrote a few books while I was locked up. I only published one, but I wrote like 4 letters, pictures. You know the jail shit.
Yeah.
So I got a clear garbage bag with that. So I go back in the office, pick that up, and just walk nonchalantly till I get to the gate and just walk out there. And I'm like, yo, I need a phone call. How much you charge me for a phone call? She's like, yo, give me $20. I got all US on me. I give her 20 US for the phone call. Boom. I'm like, yo, I need a cab. Like, she like, yeah, man, I have a friend, man. She called her nigga. Nigga pops up quick. You know, the hoes is always
they know the land. They know the land.
That's why I love them, bro. Like, I got a song saying I love hoes, I love prostitutes because, like, I understand they're just female hustlers. You know what I'm saying? And they have a place that they serve. That's crazy. People won't admit it, but the cab ended up which was like a pickup truck. Her friend, her link, he comes. I'm like, yo, how much is it to take me to Portmore? He said, yo, give me $20. I'm like, damn, this bitch just robbed me because
I paid 20 for a phone call.
This nigga charging me 20 to drive me to another parish, another state. You know what I'm saying? Word. So I'm like, damn, all right, boom. Give him a 20. He like, nah, pay up front. You know what I mean? Deportee niggas. Another thing, they don't like deportees in Jamaica, bro. It's like a stigma that come with that. You know what I'm saying? And me, if you ask me to tell it, I broke that stigma, man, because I showed them like, yo, this shit, and I named my first album
Deportee. Yeah, I was just about to say.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so I understand, like, every country, including America, have returning residents, people who went somewhere and tried to get it and got in trouble and came back home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not ashamed of none of my crimes. I never raped nobody. I ain't tell on nobody. I ain't do no funny shit. The oath that I took, I stood within it, and I never went outside of those little lines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I go to Portmore. People always ask me why you chose Portmore. Because when I was locked up and I found out I was getting deported, I started getting the Jamaica Gleaner and the Jamaica Star, the newspapers, you know what I'm saying? And I always noticed that Portmore was the only city that had a mall. Everywhere else got plazas, you know what I'm saying? And I know from experience that every mall got a bulletin board. Out here, they call it a notice board.
Yeah.
And on that bulletin board, you got lost dogs, apartments for rent, landscaper needed, whatever, all little odd jobs and stuff like that, computer tech fixer, cell phone guy, all that shit, you know what I mean? And I was hoping and praying that was there, because that was just in my brain. I'm just hoping and praying that was there, you know what I'm saying? So It actually was. Ended up there. Ended up tearing off all of them. Called all of them. Now it's late. It's like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? I ended up buying a phone on that mall. On that mall. You know what I'm saying? I bought a little cell phone, bang a phone, got a Jamaica number, called my moms, called my girl, let them know I'm good. They like, my girl had sent me a barrel to one of her homegirls' uncle. You know what I'm saying? She don't know him, I don't know him, but he had got deported and they friends. She like, yo, my man getting deported. I need to send a barrel to him. She like, oh, my uncle will do it. You know what I'm saying? So I had a barrel of clothes waiting for me from a nigga that I had to meet. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up calling all the places. The only person that, because all the people was like, nah, we don't show apartments at these hours. It's late. You know what I'm saying? So the one nigga that did pick up, he had 2 apartments. One in the slums and one in a gated community. So he like, yo, I got 2 places. I'm like, all right, show me them both. The one in the slums, he bring me in the slums. It's like dogs and pigs running around in the yard. A chick pop out in panties and no bra. Like, we in the
In the
slums. He like,
slums.
oh, yeah, yes, I got it. Yeah, you staying? Yeah, come on, I could cook for you and all that. I'm like, yo, take me to the next spot. Boom. He takes me to the next spot. Gated community, automatic. I'm like, yo, this is for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to start a new life. I ain't trying to start off, you know? I'm like, yo, how much for that? He like 40,000, which ended up being like 450 US. You know what I'm saying? So I give him that. I'm thinking that's cheap. 400, that's cheap. Because I'm paying 1,200 when I was over there.
Yeah.
Right before, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, 40. I end up start linking with the girl next door. I end up fucking the girl next door. She's like, you got a 2-bedroom? You paying 20,000 for 2-bedroom and it's just you? I'm like, nah, I paid 45. She like, 45? You lying? Me, I grabbed the receipt real quick. She like, nah, every house in here, the 2 bedrooms is only for 20,000, 25 the most. I'm like, damn, this nigga been robbing me the whole time. And he was a deportee. I'm thinking he on my side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I started. You know what I'm saying?
But that's how you learn the land. That's how you learn
yeah,
the land.
Yeah,
You learn the land.
Yeah. So I started just trying to find studios now because I'm real focused on rap. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find studios. I'm leaving out a lot, but I'm trying to keep it short.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, niggas is like, yo, nah, you rap. Fuck that. That ain't gonna work here. Niggas got me outside waiting for hours, not letting me fucking voice. None of that shit, you know? So I ended up buying my own little equipment and started recording myself with like super shitty quality, uploading it to SoundCloud. There was a next thing there too. Like anywhere that I could put my music, I was putting it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, niggas, it went from niggas laughing at me to niggas like, yo, that shit's alright, but it ain't gonna work here, man. You got to get back to America because that's where rap is at. A lot of people tried. Then I'm finding out that there were a lot of people who actually tried it. You know what I'm saying? Tried rapping in Jamaica, and some of them ended up becoming big reggae singers. Like one of them, Kabaka Pyramid, he just won a Grammy for being a reggae artist. He found that he started out being a rapper. Out there. Then Protege, who's another big reggae artist. At one point, he was trying to rap and it didn't work. He doing reggae now. He's like one of the biggest ones. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the time, I didn't know that. I'm thinking I'm the first one.
Yeah, you like, yo, I'm gonna set this off.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like I'm the first one. I'm calling myself the first rapper out here. You know what I'm saying? People are taking offense to that because other people was trying to do it. Other people, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of things is coming at me that I'm not even knowing. So I ended up recording myself, and like I said, you know, I put out a mixtape at the time. I don't know where to find that shit now, but it's called MIJ, which is Made in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Which was just me rapping, getting back in this, you know, recording myself to working with anybody who's willing to work with me because everybody laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? Till I start getting a little underground buzz, like, because Jamaica speak English, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of Jamaicans travel to America, and it's a lot of first generation Americans in America and Canada and England who don't have a rapper to claim for themselves because there's never been like a certified born Jamaican doing it that understand the culture. I lived there. I did the prison. I know the streets. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. People out here don't believe that. Most people, they think I'm an American that's out here trying to do something different. You know what I'm
Different.
saying? Because this is really through and through me. I've been there from I was 10. I came back. I'm a grown ass man. This is what I know. This is what I'm doing. I dress how I dress. I'm not going to change because I came here. So I literally just brung me here. I'm just transplanting. Everything I'd have been doing there, I'm doing here.
You're doing
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Yeah. And meet a lot of people. Jamaica is small, so you're gonna meet people. The real gonna connect. The fraud gonna push off. You know, so I ended up meeting everybody who's important along the way, man, and building some real solid relationships with like the most important people in the music and just in the country in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a blessing for me to know that coming here as a deportee, to know that politicians, phone call away, you know, the most relevant musicians. I got real good relationships. Like you started the interview off with a song with me and Skinny Bang. Me and him got 2 songs. He's like one of the hottest and biggest dancehall artists right now, like doing it on the world level. You know what I mean? In that video, you see Popcorn. He's the
He's in
biggest.
it.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, and the collabs that I have with all the people is just a testament to people seeing like, yo, you know what? He believe in his shit, you know. And then they start listening. They're like, nah, but it's really fire. Like this nigga's
You was
really
putting in that
nice.
work.
Like, nah, I'm gonna put my and what means a lot to me is that Black Hero, Skilly Bang, Munga, The Angel, Ja Vinci, Chronic Law, you know, bro, Eka Mouse. I wado them. This is a legend. This nigga was in New
Yes.
Jack City.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these people to say, like the music fraternity to say, yo, we're gonna put our reputation or legacy on the line, we're gonna risk that, or we're gonna show y'all like now we believe in them by even recording with me and putting songs out with me, coming in my videos, you know, because being friends with somebody or knowing somebody is one thing, but for them to share their light with you is the next thing, you
Yeah.
know, because you know
Yeah.
how this music shit is.
Most
And
definite.
we talking about people that's hanging out with Drake. We talking about people that's hanging out with Rihanna and ASAP Rocky and the highest of the height and just music in general, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a blessing, man.
So, if we got artists on, I want to send a big shout out to some of the people that's on. Shout out to Book of Orlando. I see you, Renegade Revolver. I see
Mhm.
yo Abby. We also had the CEO.
Shout out to everybody that's there, tapped in, man. I appreciate y'all, you know, listening to my story.
Yes, we had the CEO of Nuovo jumped on too. He put 3 stars, so everybody's tapping in.
Salute.
For all the artists that's on, right? For all the artists that are on and all the creatives, I know you faced hardship after hardship, especially when you touched down, and like you said, people were laughing at you. People
Yeah.
weren't trying to let you get to your vocals and all that. What was that driving force that kept you going when it was possibly easy to quit?
For me, bro, like I made the decision a long time ago because even when I got locked up in Massachusetts, a part of what helped me in my case was that they raided 3 houses simultaneously looking for me. The one they caught me in, I had built a studio out there. And a part of what got me on the police's radar, even though they started watching me, because you know the drug shit, they was watching me, they had their little surveillance. But what started that whole thing, 2 things that happened the same day, like when I read the paperwork. I'm gonna turn that shit into a book because I got the whole, you know, word for word everything. But on the same day, what happened was I gave a girl 2 ounces, 1 ounce of hard, 1 ounce of soft, and she drove to a town called North Adams and sold it to a nigga. That nigga got caught and told on her. You know what I mean? So they started watching her that day before they even got to me.
Gotcha.
You know? Now, on that same day, they started watching me because I went into a music place called Music Hut out there in a town called Pittsfield, right? And bought a according to their paperwork, $4,500 worth of music equipment cash. You know what I'm saying? And they reported that because nobody never did that in that town. You know what I'm saying? And in New York, nigga, 4,500.
He's
That ain't
like,
really
yo, that's light.
that's not really nothing. That's a
Yeah.
couple pairs of sneakers and some clothes, and you know what I'm saying. So I bought some clothes in a store right next door to it, and then I left there and went to the music store and bought the music equipment, a laptop, microphone, everything for a studio. Paid the person in there to come to the trap and set it up. You know what I'm saying? Which he did the next day, because I didn't get raided until maybe about 3 weeks later.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that helped because I'm proclaiming to be a musician this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So a part of my thing was, bro, like, I'm rapping while I'm doing the bid in Massachusetts. I'm like the nicest nigga in the system. I meet a couple nice niggas too, but if you ask me to tell it, I'm the nicest nigga in the system, and I got a lot of people that's agreeing to that. So also, I'm getting in trouble too, though. So one day, the deputy of the jail I was in, Old Colony, he's like, "Yo, we're kicking you out of the jail, and we're sending you to Shirley Max. But you have a lot of influence here." So he had a meeting with he called like 5 of us into the gym. Sully, a nigga named Kevin Sullivan, who is he's Irish. He's the head of the Irish mob. He got locked up out there for 3 to life in the 80s because he was the Irish was beefing with the Italians over the garbage shit.
Sanitation, the union shit, yeah.
And the union, and he ended up killing one of the Italians and got a 3 to life. And just how prison is, he never came out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he was the head of the Italians, not the Italians, the Irish mob. So they brought him down there. They brought the head of the Blood, the head of the Crip, like all niggas who they felt was influential, and I was one of them. And they was like, "Yo, what can we do for y'all to like keep?" It was some riots going on in the jail, some bunch of race tension going on and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Yo, give us a studio,
some music,
yeah.
That'll do it all the time, brother.
You feel me?" And they was like, "If everybody agree, that's cool." And we all agreed. You feel me? And they built a studio in the gym. In half of the weight room was a studio, and it worked. And the governor of Massachusetts came in now and was like, "Yo, could we expand this project into the streets to help?" Because Boston, a lot of people don't know, like Boston murder rate is real high, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they call it the bloody bean, man. They murder rate is high. Like the average person you come across in the penitentiary in Boston is doing life for murder. You know what I'm saying? Like life, not no life,
maximum
just
time. Yeah, that's
just
it.
the letter.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to say 6 out of 10 niggas is doing life in Massachusetts, bro. And then another 3 is doing like some weird shit. Like you hear numbers like 15 to 75, 45 to 90. 90 to 130, like
those forever weird numbers anyway.
Yeah, that's life. That's you know what I'm saying. But you hear that, you don't even talk about your time out there. I don't even, because my little 6 to 12 is niggas is doing. You hear niggas, and motherfuckers be looking young as shit. They got 30 in. You like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's real. So on that stretch there, I'm like, yo, it's real. I'm seeing niggas that's not coming home. I got friends that's never coming home. Like I'm seeing niggas die in they cell, just their organs shutting down in they cell. You smelling mad shit, and when the CO come around for count time, Jose dead.
Yep.
He pulling the pin, medical. You know what I'm saying? Turtles coming. Nah, it's not an officer in trouble. Death, some medical. Yep. Next thing you know, and the craziest thing is, this is at count time, which is, between 3 and 5 or whatever. They come, an inmate got to go clean that up, new mattress. By 7 o'clock, another nigga's in that cell.
Right in that cell.
You feel me?
Right in that cell.
You're nothing but a number, and you mean nothing to the system. You know what I mean? And that I promised myself, like I said it to myself, like, yo, the system or a chick would never be the cause of my downfall. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I was gonna do, how I was gonna do it, but whatever I locked in with, that was that. You feel me? And when I came to Jamaica, I'm like, yo, music. I'm hustling the same way. I'm selling hair, Brazilian Remy. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm funding all my operation and moving around. I'm selling hair and pocketbooks. I'm getting barrels of that shit sent in. Ended up buying a car, moving around. I'm seeing, meeting people, meeting the DJs, seeing what DJs play rap music, pulling up to them at the club. My a part of my problem in the beginning, I was like aggressive. A lot of niggas felt like I was pressing them because I'm fresh out of jail. I don't really know how to talk to people. It's a different culture. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, what up, man? I gotta holler at you, man. Yo, niggas like, yeah, I got you. He's up there in the DJ booth spinning the record. I'm looking at the time. Nigga, you said you was coming down. Yo, what up? Like, do I have to come up there? But just overly ambitious, but in the wrong way. You
Gotcha.
know, and that cost me. That slowed me down a bit because niggas was like, yo, nah, he's trying to introduce violence to this shit, and just being misunderstood. So maybe in like 2017, some people that I met, Just Bus Crew, shout out to them. They do acoustics with all the top Jamaican artists, live performance,
Okay.
and so they have artists like the Marleys, big names. And I ended up living next to one of them, and my neighbor introduced me to him. And because they travel so much, we end up smoking, and we got a lot in common. They like, yo, you fuck with music, man. Like, you're real nice. Like, a lot of people in Jamaica listen to rap. That's what I was about to say. You know what I'm saying? Because we speak English. We got cable, BET, the
Yeah,
radio,
yeah, yeah.
artists is
All
coming
that.
here. Like, it's like Jamaica is like a Miami. You know what I'm saying? So the cars, the lifestyle, everything is here. That's what a lot of people don't really understand. So they fuck with me, bro, because I'm just authentic. I'm just me, bro. I got deported. Yeah, I was doing this, I was doing that. I'm here. I'm a rapper. Fuck with me and fuck off. And those that fuck with me, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So the Just Bus crew called me one day and was like, "Yo, we need a favor. We're shooting a video for a DJ who's now pursuing an artist career by the name of Y Rush. And he has a song with Vibes Cartel, but Vibes Cartel is in jail, and we need a lookalike to play in the video. I know you don't want to do it, but it's last minute. We shooting the video tomorrow, and please, bro." I'm like, all right, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. I do it. They're like, yo, how much you gonna charge? I'm like, nah, y'all my niggas, man. I do it. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure I got weed and alcohol to smoke. Boom. They picked me up. I ended up meeting Y Rush. Y Rush is a DJ out here. They call him ZJ for Zip FM. Zip FM in Kingston is like Hot 97 in New York. Now, on their roster, as far as the most popping DJs, you got ZJ Chrome, ZJ Liquid, and ZJ Rush. Depending on who you ask, the name might change on who's
Okay,
on top.
but
But
that's
they're the three. They're the three kings. They would be like Funk Flex, Clue, and
got you.
you know what I'm saying. So I meet Rush on the video shoot. I wait until the end of the video, and I'm like, "Yo, I do music." He was like, "Yeah, man. Drew told me one of the members of the Just Bus team is his cousin." You know what I'm saying? So he like, "Yo, listen, but you got to think now. Imagine, let's shift the location, and I'm gonna use New York as an analogy.
Yeah.
Now imagine a Jamaican dancehall artist going to New York, meeting Flex or Clue or K Slay or one of them, and saying, "Yo, I rap." You know what I'm saying? And I'm nice too, like I'm the nicest. He's gonna
They
look
gonna be
like,
like, who's son?
"Nigga,
Yeah.
you're Jamaican. This is New York. You know how much nice niggas is here? You talking about nice?" You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, out of courtesy and respect, he's like, yo, here's my email, send me 2 songs. I said, all right, respect. You know what I'm saying? Give me an honest feedback. He asked me 2 questions. What's your problem if you so nice, why you ain't blow up yet? I said 2 things. One, I need a buffer. He said, what you mean? I said, yo, the important people on the business side of music in Jamaica, they're afraid of me. They got the wrong interpretation of me. You know what I'm saying? And the second thing is, I need someone who understands how to mix rap music. My music is dope, but when you hear it, it don't sound right because I don't know how to mix, and the people around here don't know how to mix because they mix in reggae and dancehall. He like, all right, if mixing is your problem, that's not a problem. If your shit is nice, I tell you straight up, I mix your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I work on the radio. I know how shit to sound. I used to live in New York. I understand rap. Boom. I'm like, all right, dope. He said, why you say people is afraid of you though? He start laughing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, people just don't want to fuck with me, man. You know, he like, all right, I'm gonna see. We exchange numbers. The next day he calls me. Yo, check your email. I sent him 2 songs. I had a song called Mercedes, and I got a freestyle on All the Way Up, Fat Joe beat at the time. It was
Okay.
around that time. I did my shit, my version of that. He heard it. He like, yo, check your email. He mixed them, both of them. But he put a verse on All the Way Up, and I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's the second, I'm the first person he ever collabed with, because his first time doing music was him and Vibes Cartel, which was real, that's Vibes
That's
Cartel.
vibes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so for him to choose me to
He,
just
he was feeling your
randomly
joint.
throw a verse on my shit, he was feeling it. Boom. And he mixed it. So he like, yo, I did something to it. I don't know if you're going to like it. Let me know when you listen to it. So I'm listening to it. I'm like, yo, the mix is crazy. If I could get all these mixes, it's good, because I already had like a little following, people listening to my shit, and they listening to my shit raw, unmixed. Just what I'm saying. So I'm like, with this mix, they like. Then I heard him come in on there. I'm like, oh,
You're like, okay,
shit, it's lit.
this is yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? It's lit right now. So call him like, yo, nah, that's fire. He like, yo, I wasn't sure if you, because artists be real sensitive about how people jump on their shit. I'm like, nah, fuck with it. He like, all right, cool. Yo, I'm on the radio right now. I'm about to pop it on the air right now, live. Nigga pops it off
Wow.
right away. Boom. Pulls this shit up crazily. People going crazy. Who is that? Who is that? Jakal, Jakal, Jakal. He like, yo, Jakal got this rapper in Jamaica, Jakal. People calling in, yo, finally, we've been telling you about this nigga. It's about time. Other people calling in like, yo, he's nice. Jamaica finally got a rapper. We need to hear more of it. So that made him like, oh shit. He started calling around. Like, yo, what's up with this nigga Jakal? Like, what up? And they're like, yo, this nigga, he's on some tough shit. I wouldn't fuck with him if I was you, and blah blah blah. So he calls me like, oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. You slap one punk nigga, he ran around and told everybody that you're on some,
You bad business. Yeah.
yeah. So shout out to Y Rush. Anywhere he at, he started managing me. You know what I'm saying? And we collab. Obviously, he's a DJ, so I'm getting a different perspective on the music now. You know what I'm saying? He's giving me an insight, and we created a record label called Urban Legend. You know what I'm saying? We put out an EP also by the name of Urban Legend. He's popping my shit on the radio every day. I'm getting shows now. We do an album, Deportee. He produced like 98% of that album, if not 100% of it. Because nobody still don't believe in me, but his positioning make people have to deal with him, and people
Gotcha.
have to deal with me.
You got the
So
buffer.
now,
That's the buffer
yeah,
you needed.
exactly. So he sees it, and he's like, he's working with my vision. You know what I'm saying? So album comes out, big features, Angel, Ja Vinci, Craigie T, big heavy names in the culture, Eka Mouse, you know what I'm saying? Massacre allowing me to do a freestyle on his beat, big song at the time. A lot of things that don't happen, that have never happened for a rapper, is happening for me. I'm on shows, all dancehall artists as a rapper, getting paid, getting booked. shows in Belize, shows in Panama, going back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
COVID happens, boom, everything stops. You know what I'm saying? Um, everything
Everything
stops.
stops.
Everything stops. You know what I'm saying? The world frees back up, but it's like Rush is on a different thing. He's no longer fucking with music like that. You know what I mean? He had a daughter during COVID, so now he's being a father. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, damn, all right, cool. I start dropping mixtapes again. I dropped the Crime Pays mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I just dropped Crime Pays Volume 2 just to let people know, like, yo, I'm still active, man. It's
It's
just
still going
I'm
on.
trying to figure this COVID shit out like
Yeah.
everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I cooled off. I ain't hot no more. So the niggas who was booking me, they ain't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm back now, basically like a fresh artist, but people know me, but I don't got a hot song, and you only as good as your last hit. And, you know, people remember me from 2 big songs with Skilly Bang, Sound Like, the one that you just played, and we got another one called One Life, another big song. And you know what I'm saying? I got some shit that's soaked into the culture, Stay Real with Chronic Law, but I don't have a current hit. You know what I'm saying? So dropping mixtape, dropping songs, you know how that shit goes, searching for that hit.
Yeah.
Redeveloping relationships. Now, Rush is no longer my manager, and I'm waving the urban legend BOJ flag by myself. I'm realizing that a lot of people who was fucking with me off the strength of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm developing my whole new everything, interview people, radio people, newspaper people, magazine people, because I kind of had a cheat code with him he had 20 years in the game.
And the relationships and everything.
So
Yeah.
he's like, yo, let me just call this TV. Yo, my artist, I need an interview for my artist. All right, yeah, next week you'll be there. And you know what I'm saying? So that's how it went. But now I'm out here by myself. It's not cold in Jamaica, but I'm out here in the cold or in the heat and the fire by myself now. Gotta get this shit popping again. And we basically just back in motion, having motion and moving again from since summer. You know what I'm saying? The phone's ringing again. You know, interviews is popping. I'm here on live doing this with you. You know, I dropped a song called 876, featuring a dope singer by the name of Rose Summers. You know, that's popping off.
We played that joint on Ain't On this Wednesday.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? So I let you know, since you played it, you know, got a remix coming for that with some big names in Jamaica.
Okay.
You know, got a remix on the way for that. You know, I got a song also by the name of On Go, 1127. That's coming out. That's the first official single off the 876 EP.
Okay.
You know, so I dropped the mixtape in the summer. You know what I mean? I dropped 3 singles in between September, August, September, October we drop 876. You know what I mean? November we dropping On Go. I've been teasing it on my Instagram, doing a lot of little, you know, visuals for it, just showing different angles of Jamaica, different perspectives of Jamaica for the 876 and the On Go. You know what I mean? And we just working, bro. You know what I mean?
I got a question for you. And we ask everybody this on the show.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody this on the show. With all that you know now and have learned throughout your journey, the ups and downs, if you could look at the young Jakal and tell the young Jakal anything, what would that be?
Don't stop. Because a part of my problem when I cooled off was me feeling I got a hit song, I could relax. So during COVID, I kind of kicked my feet up because, like I said, I had two big songs with the hottest artists in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So that had me doing dub plays, getting ads, getting a little money here and there. I had my feet because I thought I made it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting calls to do shows in France, but I can't go because ain't no flights in COVID. I'm getting calls to do shows in what's the country that I hate to use this to remember them, but they colonized Brazil. They was big on slavery back in the days. Paraguay. You know what
Okay,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm getting calls to do shows over there, and I can't go because of COVID. So those calls got me feeling like, nigga, we good. As soon as this shit free up,
It's
I start
on.
dropping music again, and I'm hot. But I'm not really taking into consideration the psychology of people and my fans and supporters. They fuck with me so much they can't get enough of me. And whenever they don't hear music from me, they feel like I'm rich and comfortable. I got my feet up, so they just be like, all right, cool. We listening to your shit. Your music is fine. It could be replayed, but we gonna put you on the back burner for right now because
Got
you ain't hungry. You ain't in our face. That's a part of why I started even posting so much because I always knew it, but I thought I could get away from it. But the fact of the matter is, bro, my fan base can't get enough of me, and the more I give them, is the more they want, and the more they love me for it.
you
You
gotta
know what I'm
feed. You
saying?
gotta
So
feed the people.
yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
feed them what they
so
want.
I created a monster, and I just gotta deal with it. You know what I mean? I ain't complaining. But that's one of the main things. And I think I would tell myself, I know for sure I would tell myself too, attitude. The attitude is very important because a lot of times um, you be misunderstood, and a lot of times we expect people to understand us, and for me, it was a combination of expecting people to understand me, not giving a fuck if people understood me, um,
And not and not,
not knowing the business that I'm a part of,
and not taking
you
the
know.
time for people to understand you. Right? I could imagine that,
Yeah,
that being one.
because and at the same time, I'm moving so fast because I'm fresh off of 10 years of prison, bro. I already feel like I'm behind. I'm in a new place. So while I'm trying to find a studio, I'm trying to figure out what neighborhood is safe to live in. I'm trying to figure out where to buy food for decent prices. I'm trying to figure out how to get an ID to go clear my barrel for clothes. I'm trying to figure out the currency changes. Like when I came to Jamaica, $1 was 84 Jamaican dollars. That changes every day. Today, as we speak, it's like 155, and tomorrow it could be 125. So like I'm learning streets. I'm learning, but people don't notice. They just seeing somebody who's clean, who talk. I got my jail weight on me. I got the jail
Yeah, yeah,
aggression
yeah.
movements on me. I'm kind of moving wild because my eyes is moving left and right. I'm getting used to hearing cars driving by me. I'm walking out into the streets, into cars. I ain't been crossing the street. I'm not, you don't
Yeah.
cross the street, and how many, you don't take these things into consideration, but all this shit just
Lying right on you. And then you gotta be active in it.
got to be active in it. I got to figure out how to make money. I got to, you know what I'm saying? The first night when I rented the apartment, I couldn't buy a bed. There wasn't no bed in there. I had to sleep in my sweatsuit, use my same bag with rhymes as a pillow with my little Nike tech suit that I had on the island that I was wearing on the island. That's how I came back. I had to buy a bed in the refrigerator the next day. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't have time to even think about
Yeah.
being nice, like
Yeah.
how I'm coming off to people, like I might be scaring people or frightening somebody, or I'm not driving, I'm walking, I'm taking a bus, I'm hot, I'm sweating because I'm used to the cold, so I'm getting hot, I'm looking crazy when I look back at pictures and interviews, like I'm really looking crazy, like you know what I'm saying, but I'm not really taking that into consideration at the time, bro. Like I'm pulling up like wiping the
I
sweat
dig
off,
it.
like, yo, what up? Let's get to it. I'm here, nigga. Get to it. I just walk. You
I,
supposed to be ready. Like, what up? Like, you know what I mean? I don't understand the business. I don't understand that it's the music business,
business.
and the business part is in capital, and music is in common letters, and the business affect the music more than the music affect the
The business.
business. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't know that. I'm just knowing like, yo, I'm super dope. I'm nice, and I could prove that any way, shape, or form. And I feel like that should get me into the business, and that should make the DJs want to play me, and that's and
You
not knowing like you really just got to I read something while I was in prison where it said it takes 10 years for overnight success. And believe you me, bro, it took 10 years for me to
It,
be here.
most
You
definite.
know what I'm saying? Like,
I wanna
yeah.
I wanna take this time, man. We know we're in the era of giving everybody their flowers, but here at SHU Radio, we like to give everybody their honor because honor lasts forever. So,
Hmm.
with your journey and your plight and your drive and your story, we want to just take this time to give you that honor, man. So,
Salute, bro.
most definitely
Salute, bro. I
is
appreciate it.
is a motivational story, especially when it comes to passion and drive to something that you want to commit your time and energy to. So we wanted to make sure we do that before it gets too late and we don't get this. If somebody want to holler at you, network, possibly interview you, talk to you, get to you,
Yeah.
what's the best way for people to holler
Um,
at you?
right now, man, the best way is I am the Jakal on Instagram. Just DM me or comment under a picture because sometimes I don't get to the email in time. You know what I'm saying? I will see. I check my requests like once a week or so. You know what I'm saying? I check and see what's going on. You know, but just a DM, bro. Like that's 90% of the people who I know out here, as far as in the music business, I DM them. Yo, your music is dope. I would love to work. You know what I mean? Here's a link to my music. I don't send them my songs. I just tell them, yo, you can find my music over there when you get a chance. Some of them message back, what, nigga, I know who you is. What you talking about? You know what I mean? Some niggas is like, yo, I just listen. You dope. We could work. But some people don't respond. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, of
Some people
course.
don't. You know what I'm saying? Some people open it, you see red and left on red, and it's just respect, bro. I'm not what you want to hear. I might not be hot enough, or you might just be caught up in shit. I've learned not to take nothing personal because everybody is just trying to be the best and be on top, you know, and they going about it the best way they see fit, you know.
That's real.
And yeah, so I learned that, and it was something I was about to say that I forgot, like that I learned, man. Oh yeah, I learned that, bro. Even my manager, Rush, he used to beg me. Everybody used to beg me, yo, do not let people know you're a deportee. Don't, because that don't work out here. You know what I mean? Like everybody who cared for me advised me against going public with being a deportee. But what I understood, bro, is that I've been in ICE, I've been in INS, I know all this shit, bro. Like, yo, most of the prison population is getting deported at the end of their bid,
Yep.
you know, and they don't have a voice. You feel me? Now, I didn't look at it worldwide, but I did understand that I know for a fact, they won't admit it, but I want to say 98% of the households in Jamaica have a deportee
14.
family member in there. You know what I'm saying? And whether from England, Canada, or America, or some other place, because you know we all over the world. You know what I mean? And they don't have a voice, bro. And I don't feel like we should be ashamed of hustling, you know, of taking a chance in a foreign land where there's a stronger currency and taking the risks in those environments. And some people get caught, some make it through. Now, I had the chance to get married over there. I had two chicks that offered to marry me, and I didn't because I just didn't, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people do, and it works. Some people don't.
I get it.
Like me, I've been slipping through the system. I felt like I could continue slipping through it. And by the time I got caught up in the Commonwealth, it didn't even make sense getting married. I'd have just been an anchor to her because I'd have still got deported. You know what I'm saying? Even though she couldn't see it at the time, but years later she see it now because we still in communication just
Yeah.
on some
Now it
fun
makes
shit.
sense. Now it makes
She's like,
sense.
yo, I see your growth, what you on. This is the shit you said, and I couldn't see it, and you know. So, but one thing that I noticed, bro, like when I dropped the Deportee album and we was on the promo run, we had some promo shows in Panama, and then I had a show in Belize where at the time Shine Life coming full circle. Shine was the music ambassador. So I ended up meeting him like
Full
free now.
circle. That's a full
Yeah,
circle right
free
there.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, free now. I got a video that it's like it's I watch it from time to time on my phone because I filmed it. Like, yo, this is crazy, because we was in Dannemora together at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Our paths crossed multiple times in there, whether on the visit floor or
Yeah.
whether right before I came home. I used to deliver the mail, go in his block, APPU. We singing to each other, fucking 50 feet across the yard. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up doing a show out there, bro. And everywhere I land, when I step outside of Jamaica, the first thing people say to me, like people come up to me like, yo, I'm a deportee, man. You know what I mean? And I got it, like, bro, the person who picked me up at the airport was like, yo, dog, I got this job because of you. I watched your interview and I'm like, yo, this thing got deported. I don't got no excuse. I was out here sniffing coke and smoking dust, man. And look, like, I cleaned myself up. And like, when I heard you was coming, the nigga had a sign, bro. I wish I had cameras, bro. You know what I'm saying? And my manager was like, yo, dog, I see it now. I
I
see
see
it.
it
You
now.
know what I'm saying? I
I
see it
love
now.
that.
You feel
I
me?
love
So,
that.
yeah,
I love
whatever it
that.
is you believe and you see, when you have your conviction, stick with it,
Stick
because
with it.
everybody can't see it until it materialized. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your vision because you could see it and you could bring it forth. It's your duty now to paint that picture in a way that the world could see it and interpret it the way how you meant for it to be interpreted.
Straight
You know
up.
what I mean?
Straight
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
We got somebody on the feed that said they want to interview you too, man. Music
That's
Masters
good.
by
That's
Notice.
I'm
So
with bro.
I'm gonna send that link. I'm gonna send that link.
Connect the dots, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Before we close out, I
Hmm.
want to leave you with, if there's any shout outs, anybody you want to big up, anything you got to promote. Before we close out, I won't give you the floor on that real quick.
Man, I want to shout out you for having me first and foremost. You know what I mean?
Much love,
Shout out.
much
I mean,
love.
congrats again on the anniversary for your platform. You know what I mean? That's a great look. It's getting bigger and better by the episode. You know what I mean? Um, Man, shout out to my supporters shout out to my supporters, the people who like, who comment, who repost, who share, who introduce the music to new people. Yesterday I was on a video shoot, shooting the first video for the official video for On Go, which is the first single off the upcoming EP, man. And shout out to Escobar, Esco the Shaka. He's the producer of the entire EP. You know what I mean? And so he lined up the shoot. He just called me like, yo, link up 2 o'clock, bring about 4 different suits of clothes. We shooting the video. And when I got there, the cameraman was like, yo, I don't know the cameraman. The first thing he said to me was like, all I know is sex, money, murder from BOJ's involved. And that's a line from one of those songs I was telling you about, Sound Like. And I was like, yo, salute, man. I'm glad you tapped in. He was like, what? Yo, bro, I was on a shoot maybe about 5 years ago. And the guy that was shooting you, he had your song playing in the car. But at the time, I was just holding his camera bag. They wouldn't let me out of the car. And your song was on repeat on the song, bro. And I swear to God, bro, like every day before I get up and go outside, I listen to that song. And for me to be shooting you right now is an honor, bro. You don't even know. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to for this to be the way that it is. You know what I'm saying? Because
Salute.
Jamaica bro. I tell you one thing. A part of my confidence, the hardest people to satisfy, the hardest audience, in my opinion, is the prison population, because there's nothing there to be happy about.
Yeah.
So, so when I'm in Clinton Max yard, and it's 1,000 niggas literally, because it's 15 people outside in the yard for every 8 hours, and it's 1,900 niggas, 200, 300 niggas around, and I'm standing on top of a bench and I'm saying what I say, and these motherfuckers either know shit word for word or they going crazy, and the police and the towers is letting this thing go on, and you know what I'm saying? Like, when the prisoners say you nice, you
You
nice.
nice.
So I came to Jamaica with that confidence, the prisoners. And then Jamaica is a tough crowd. If Jamaica say you nice, the world is gonna fuck with you. That's what I know for sure. So I came to Jamaica with the prison confidence, and I now come to the world with the prison and the Jamaica confidence, because Jamaica done crowned me BOJ, best out of Jamaica when it comes to this rap shit. You know what I'm saying? So I have a piece of confidence going out in the world, bro, that if it respectfully, but man, if it's a challenge, man, I feel sorry for whoever is on the opposite end of facing me when it comes to music. You know what I mean?
And that's
Yeah.
and that's the way to be, man. My brother, one more time, let's get a round of applause to you. I want to thank you for being on the show again, man. Salute. I love the journey. It was dope to chop it up because there's a lot of the story I know
Yeah.
of, but I don't
You
know.
know, yeah, because you was there the whole
Yeah,
journey. Like I said, like, my dog that got deported as well, and he knew you. Y'all grew up together, and he heard me rapping in the joint in
yeah,
INS because everywhere I land, I'm rapping, bro. And he's
yeah,
like, yo, my dog Spud, man, he's rapping. He had a journey as well, man. And he out there, he doing some things, and he caught you one day from in there. I think we was in Jersey at the time.
yeah,
We
yeah.
was
My
in we was in immigration in
immigration.
Jersey.
Shout out to my man Earl. That was my man Earl. Yeah,
Yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog. He's out here. He's doing some stuff on the corporate side, man.
yeah.
So it's a blessing, man. And I gotta get you a pair of these the BOJ joints. The 876 Jakal joints. You gotta let me know the color, and just
I,
message me an address, man. I gotta get these to you. I DHL them to you. You pick which one you want. Y'all can check them out on House of Jakal. That's my merch page. You know what I mean? But once you go on at I Am the Jakal, man, everything is there. Everything is there. We got a lot of other flavors. A lot of flavors. We got some stuff. We got the. I believe in product. Because I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? When you selling drugs, it makes sense to have more drugs than money because the drugs turn into money. And I just apply that same mentality to this, to music. So I try to have all product, man, as much. I got my own sneakers. I got the fucking, Jakal everything, man. BOJ everything. Y'all go on there and check it out. I had the Shopify, but there's something going on with them in Jamaica where they're not allowing us to deal with it. So right now, y'all could just DM me, man, and y'all could send the money PayPal, and I'll DHL the stuff to you within a few days, man. We doing honest business. We ain't stealing no petty cash. We ain't doing none of that. Because this is a unified public world, man. You do something right here, one tweet, and your whole business is fucked up,
that's
man. So
right.
we doing good business with quality product, and I appreciate everybody that support and want to rock with Jakal, man, and fuck with this BOJ Urban Legend movement.
There we go, my brother. And that's the way to close it out, man. My brother, thank you again
Salute, man.
for
Thanks
coming
for
on
having
the
me.
show, my
Thanks for
dude.
having me, bro.
Most definitely. We gonna keep in tune. We gonna keep in tune, especially when
Yes, sir.
when that music
Yes,
drop.
sir.
When that music
Yes,
drop.
sir.
All right, my brother. You have a good one.
You too, man.
All right. Shout out to everybody on. If you didn't get anything from today's story or interview, what you should take from it is keep the dedication of what it is you want to do in the fight of your hustles, your ups and downs, your falls and your tumbles. Keep at it. And I always say the only true way to fail is to quit. And with that being said, we're going to close the show out with Jakal's No Smoke video. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with us on SHU Radio. See y'all next week. Check us out on Wednesday for the A&R Desk. Y'all have a good night. Be safe and keep creative. Stay on course. This is No Smoke, Jakal.
Panther, so you know what type of time I'm on, man. They don't know, they better know. Pressure on the time. Smoke, nigga.
These niggas don't want